You ever watch a moment in sports and just feel it in your gut that what you're seeing is bigger than the box score? That it's not just about football, not just about who wins or loses, but about truth, about principle, about the difference between what's earned and what's stolen. That's exactly what happened when the Cleveland Browns faced the Rams. And before we get deep into this, I've got something special for all of you watching. I'm giving away an official jersey completely free to one of my subscribers. All you've got to do is drop a comment below with your thoughts and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's it. Right before the first regular season kickoff, I'll be pulling a winner straight from the comments. So if you've been thinking about joining this community, now's the time. Hit that subscribe button, leave your take below, and who knows, you might be the one rocking a brand new jersey when the season starts. Now, let's talk about what really went down. Because what unfolded in those final minutes, that wasn't coaching. That wasn't strategy. That wasn't even football. It was betrayal. It was politics dressed up in a headset. And right at the center of it all was Sanders, a young quarterback who had done everything right, who had lit up the field all night long, and who was robbed of the moment he earned. Kevin Stefanski didn't just make a decision. He orchestrated sabotage. The scoreboard may have shown Cleveland walking away with a meaningless preseason win, but if you were watching with clear eyes, you saw the truth. The last 2 minutes weren't about football, they were about politics. And here's the crazy part, Sanders had been dominant. Absolutely dominant. A 7-play, 75-yard drive to open the night, carving up the Rams' defense like he'd been doing it for years. Another perfect strike in the second quarter. Sustained, surgical drives in the third. Every snap, every throw, every stat screamed the same thing. He was the best quarterback on the field. Even Rams coaches were overheard saying, "That kid's different." By the time the 2-minute drill arrived, Sanders wasn't just playing well, he was about to cement himself as the guy. And then out of nowhere, Stefanski pulled him. With just 23 seconds left, Sanders, helmet strapped, play ready, was yanked in favor of Dillon Gabriel. The crowd erupted in fury. Players on the sideline stood in shock. Veterans muttered under their breath, "What the hell is going on?" And Sanders? He didn't throw his helmet, didn't scream at coaches, didn't storm off. He just sat, silent, helmet off, staring forward. That kind of composure, holding all that rage inside, earned him even more respect than his stats already had. And then Gabriel's drive began. What followed was pure disaster. Delay of game, fumbled snap, wild overthrow, intentional grounding. 6 plays of complete chaos, saved only by Rams' mistakes. The Browns didn't win because of that move, they survived in spite of it. But here's the truth behind the curtain. This wasn't about Sanders' performance. It was about politics. Ownership clings to Joe Flacco, a 40-year-old who represents their fantasy of stability. Gabriel, their third-round draft pick, is the guy they're desperate to validate. And Sanders? He's the outlier, the 5th-round revelation, who exposes every bad decision the front office has made. Instead of celebrating his rise, they suppress it, and fans saw it instantly. Social media exploded the second Sanders was benched, #FreeSanders trended across the country. Bernie Kosar called it criminal. Even rival players spoke out. Politics over performance kills franchises. Inside the locker room, it was poison. Everyone knows who lifts this team. Sanders elevates. Gabriel drags it down. And the Browns chose politics. Numbers don't lie. Sanders, 18 completions on 22 attempts, 267 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. A passer rating of 127. That's not rookie promise. That's franchise cornerstone production. Compare that to Gabriel, 2 for 7, 11 yards, nearly picked. The gap isn't just wide, it's humiliating. Yet, the front office spins their favorite line, "Competition is still open." Stop it. We all saw the truth. And it stings even more when you think about the work Sanders put in. First in the building, last to leave. Film sessions stretching until sunrise. Extra reps with receivers, studying protections with linemen. He prepared like a man who knew his career depended on it. And still, in the moment he earned most, politics ripped it away. This isn't about a meaningless preseason game. This is about Cleveland sabotaging its own future. Every touchdown Sanders throws exposes the front office. Every cheer weakens their grip. Every highlight proves the system is broken. And instead of owning their mistakes, they bury him. Tomorrow, you'll hear the same tired excuses. Stefanski will mumble about evaluations and tough choices. Barry will spin long-term vision. But the truth is simple. Stefanski benched Sanders not for performance, but for politics. And the fans? They're done. Cleveland fans have endured the drive, the fumble, endless dysfunction, and the Watson disaster. Their patience is gone. Watching a generational quarterback get suppressed isn't just wrong, it's unforgivable. Inside the building, the damage is worse. Defensive stars furious about wasted seasons. Offensive weapons openly backing Sanders. Assistants updating resumes. Group chats buzzing with anger. The so-called unity Stefanski preached collapsed in an instant. And I'll say this, Sanders isn't just good for a rookie. He's special. His numbers put him among the best rookie preseason quarterbacks we've ever seen. And instead of building around him, Cleveland is burying him. Because to admit he's the answer would mean admitting they were wrong. And they'd rather protect their pride than the future. If Sanders ever leaves, Cleveland will wear this like a scar forever. Other teams already see it. They know he's the real deal. Meanwhile, Gabriel gets crushed under expectations he can't meet, and Flacco stands there as the symbol of dysfunction. The Browns have turned themselves into a case study of cowardice. Free agents are watching. Agents are warning their players. The league is taking notes. And Stefanski? He'll be remembered not as the coach who built a contender, but as the man who benched a generational talent. Not to win, not to grow, but to survive. That's the truth. That's the story. And as someone who's watched this franchise find new ways to trip over itself for decades, I'll tell you this. What we saw against the Rams might go down as one of the darkest turning points in Cleveland history. So now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was this sabotage or am I overreacting? And don't forget, subscribe to the channel because we've got that jersey giveaway coming up before the season kicks off. More importantly, we've got plenty more truth, analysis, and raw emotion about this team coming your way. Because this story, it's just getting started. The uproar in Cleveland. It's not just noise anymore. It's a storm, a rebellion, something that feels bigger than football itself. You can sense it in the air, in every headline, in every furious call flooding the local radio stations. Nearly 100,000 fans have signed petitions. Season ticket holders, lifelong diehards, are threatening to burn their passes. Businesses downtown are yanking Browns banners out of their windows. Drive through the city, and you don't see pride, you see betrayal. This isn't just disappointment over a bad game. This is personal. Fans feel sabotaged, lied to, disrespected. And now, the consequences are undeniable. Merchandise sales are falling. Sponsors are backing away. TV ratings are shaky. Sure, the league's revenue sharing might keep ownership comfortable, but Cleveland's local revenue? That's another story. Empty stadiums, abandoned tickets. That's a wound even billionaires can't cover up. Step into the quarterback room, and you'll see where the heart of the storm really beats. 3 men, 3 different realities. Sanders refuses to break. He's angry, yes, but he's turning that anger into fuel. Every snap, every rep, every drill, he's sharper than ever. He knows the truth will eventually show itself, and when it does, it'll be under the lights on game day. Gabriel? He's crumbling. Given a job he didn't earn, his confidence is already unraveling. Every mistake feels heavier. Every incompletion eats away at him. And deep down, he knows the locker room doesn't buy it. Then there's Flacco, the veteran. He's been in the league long enough to know the truth. He sees the politics. He sees the dysfunction. To him, this isn't surprising, it's the Browns' history repeating itself all over again. And the coaching staff? Their credibility is gone. How can you stand in front of a locker room and talk about earning your spot when you play favorites in plain sight? Stefanski and Barry are at a crossroads. One path restores trust. The other protects politics and destroys what little faith the fans and players still have. So far, they've chosen wrong. But here's where it gets powerful. Sanders isn't standing alone. His teammates feel it. They're sending quiet texts, private words of encouragement. Keep your head up. We know what's going on. That kind of loyalty doesn't come easy. And when players start uniting like that, history has a way of shifting. This injustice could be the spark. Meanwhile, Cleveland is wasting time. Rivals are sharpening their blades, while the Browns are tripping over themselves. Just weeks ago, Cleveland looked like a dark horse contender. Now, they're a meme, the latest cautionary tale. And not because of injuries, but because of sabotage. Yet through all of this, Sanders keeps grinding. Calm, focused, relentless. No finger-pointing, no excuses. He understands greatness can be delayed, but not buried. The truth always comes out on the field. Ownership is starting to feel it in their wallets. Boycotts, empty seats. For a franchise that brings in $500 million a year, fan anger is poison. Football isn't just Sundays, it's sold every day of the week. And when fans stop buying, cracks start forming in the empire. The media storm is coming too. Local reporters are reaching their breaking point. That next press conference won't be a can-day, it'll be a battlefield. And every stumble, every dodge, every fake smile will only make things worse. Stefanski looks worn down. Barry's credibility is slipping. Ownership is whispering in the background, already searching for scapegoats. And once the national media smells blood, it's over. And here's the truth, Sanders has become bigger than a quarterback competition. He's a symbol. Merit versus politics. Talent versus corruption. His story isn't just shaping the Browns, it's reshaping how people see the game. Inside the facility, the tension is suffocating. Practices feel lifeless. A team going through the motions, but Sanders? He's the outlier. Sharp, composed. Defenders see it. Teammates see it. Quietly, they rally behind him. Not because of drama, but because they know their window to win is closing, and Sanders is the one who can keep it alive. Game day arrives, and it feels less like football, more like Judgment Day. Fans aren't there to be entertained, they're there for justice. And when the announcer declares, at quarterback, Joe Flacco, the stadium erupts in rage. Boos thunder. Debris flies. Chaos breaks out. In that moment, Cleveland doesn't just lose a game, they lose their soul. By halftime, the national broadcasters aren't breaking down plays anymore. They're breaking down dysfunction. Fans walk out. Cameras show empty seats. And Cleveland's identity unravels in front of the country. Through it all, Sanders remains patient, focused, professional. He is everything the franchise is not right now. His rise may be delayed, but it is inevitable, because greatness cannot be buried forever. That's the crossroads. Two paths. Start Sanders, embrace the truth, and restore trust. Or keep protecting politics and guarantee collapse. The revolution has already begun. The fans are in it, the players are in it. And Sanders is the lightning rod. Whether it happens in Cleveland or somewhere else, he will rise. Because greatness always does. And if you felt that frustration, if you see the injustice, then stick with me. Hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because this story isn't ending anytime soon, and we're going to ride it out together.